Welcome back to cryptogains for another video. I want to show you the Bitcoin price chart, show you what I see in the charts. If it sounded interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe. How you doing? You good? You having a good day, evening, night, wherever you are? Let's take a look. So, not financial advice, you know, all that stuff. I've got the counter channel up here for Bitcoin, and the reason I keep looking at Bitcoin, I might show you another chart as well, is because it's almost like it's the decider in what happens with altcoins. If we see Bitcoin fall, altcoins tend to follow with it. So let's just take a look at what's going on with this, because the last time I spoke to you about this, I spoke about the price being outside of the counter channel, which we were, and I said that at some point we're gonna have to come back in this counter channel, which we did, and come down and test towards this yellow line. Right, you saw the videos. If you missed it, go check it out. And then I also said it's likely we might bounce off this, just like what we did in the past. You can see here we bounced between these lines, right? And I'm going to change this to yellow because, you know, it's easy to see like that, right? Just bounce between them, and we stayed above the yellow line. Are we going to continue this pattern? Because right now, that's pretty much what we've done. We've came along, we've came back inside this blue zone, which is the counter channel. We came down and touched this yellow line, and now we bounce back up. So I would expect to come up to the top of this blue line, which roughly is about where we are now, sort of, maybe there's a bit more room. So about $45,800, yeah, near enough almost $46,000, and then come back down again and bounce between these lines. This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. We're going to see a sell-off again. I don't know why it's showing it like that, you know, when you do the line, but that's what I should have used, the straight line really, like this. Let me just delete this. I'm just not with it. Let's see, I'm all over the place. So delete that, delete this, and this is what I'm thinking. Just like a line coming down like this, right? Back down to the blue zone. Sorry, it's coming back down to the middle yellow line. I'm saying blue zone, I'm not even flipping thinking. So it comes back down to this yellow line, and then I think we're going to see the same thing happen again and come back up, you know, like that. And then again, you'll see it happen again, fall back down, and we might just keep creating higher highs. That's what I'm thinking. I know some people would like to see it absolutely explode really high and come outside of this, but I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. I feel like we're going to keep bouncing in between. I could be wrong. Time will tell. All depends on sentiment. But let's just take a look at, I've got some other charts here, so I'll quick look. Let me just grab, where is it? Not this one. Here we go. So I'm using the, what do you call them? The exponential ribbons. And this is really great to look for trends. I've got it on ChainGPT. Let me just switch over to Bitcoin real quick, because I was using it on ChainGPT. Because I want to show you how we're looking in relation to the ribbons. This is on the daily time frame. I'll show you a bit of both. So on the daily time frame, we're still, you know, clear of these ribbons. Usually what you want to look for is the tangle. If they start to tangle, then that's sort of like a sign that the trend is reversed and then we're going down. So you can see here where you see the yellow line, right? And it starts to tangle, the ribbons tangle and it crosses. All of a sudden the yellow line is underneath, and then you can see downward movement in the price, right? So we're looking for these tangles, the cross. So look, the yellow line comes underneath, it starts to come above, the yellow line is back above, and then look at the price action, it's bullish, and you see a shoot off to the sky, and we've remained above these yellow lines since, really. We haven't, oh sorry, the ribbon, the price action, apart from that little fall down here, there's not been no massive cross. So it's still bullish. And if you look here at the ribbons, it's still bullish. And this is on the daily time frame. So let me give you an example on the weekly time frame, and then we'll just kind of take it from there, yeah? So weekly time frame, let's have a look at the ribbons. We had our cross here. So this would have been the whole bear cycle, right? You had massive rise up in 2021, massive double top, and then we came down. We was in a bear cycle for a long time. The ribbons crossed round about here. I mean, we obviously broke out, but the ribbons had its actual crossing round about here, right? I've done a horizontal line. Let me just make it vertical. Hold on, make it vertical. So round about here is where we had the cross, and then we saw price action from that moment sort of remain kind of bullish. So even though we saw this price fall down again, right, the ribbons, and I should have been looking at this, I haven't looked at it in a while, we're still showing the sign of strength. So if you look at where the ribbons are now, this is a sign of strength. There's no cross in the ribbons. We've just been really bullish on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was to fall down, where would it go to? I think it would come and test these ribbons, because it's done it many a times in the past that it's come and bounced off here, or it held relative support there. But let's just take a look in the past how it's worked with the ribbons and how it's kind of held support, right? or resistance. So a lot of the time, actually, let's just use this cycle here. This cycle is a fine example. Look at where it's held support on the ribbons, right? So look, when you've been in a bullish uptrend, you've broken out of your bear market. We bounce off these ribbons. At the worst, you would see a wick come down and test this red line down here somewhere. There was a wick and it got bought back up, but throughout the majority of it, it remained above these ribbons. Look, all through a bull cycle. So the question is, if you feel like we're in a bull cycle, yeah, we could see pullbacks, but we should look something like this and remain above these ribbons on the weekly time frame. And you can see here when we're bearish, look, we remain below. Look, we can't break above it. We remain below these ribbons until we see a massive capitulation event. When you're bullish, a lot of the time you remain above. Look, this was 2020's bull cycle all the way through to 2021. We remained above the ribbons. So now I'm looking at this. Look, that was the bear market we was in. Now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, at the worst case scenario, we're going to come down and touch that red line, which is down here on the ribbon, but we should remain bullish and remain above them. So at the worst case, I'm thinking it could come down to, if we saw some sudden crash, where is this? This is about $33,000 at the worst. And then I think it will get bought back up. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on this. I think the ribbons are powerful. And I think I'm going to keep an eye on this for you guys. And if you don't want to miss it, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Do not miss out, because this is going to guide you on your journey. You need to know where you're, where you're buying in this space. Is there still room for Bitcoin and anything else to rise? Are we going to see a bear market? Because if it starts to turn and the ribbons tangle, then it's likely we might start to see a trend reverse, and we might see something horribly disgusting like this, where all the price starts to come tumbling down. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm going to make sure you guys can see exactly what's going on, so you are prepared. Because every time the price goes up for Bitcoin, altcoins are going to shine. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Become a patron, links in the info section. Actually, real quick, let's just check altcoins, because I've been looking at total market cap, which is all the money that's inside altcoins. This is what I've been looking at. Actually, do I have it here? Let me just come back to this. Total market cap with fibs. Let me just go to this. Leave this and come to this. So this is my total altcoins. This is all the money that's in altcoins. I've been keeping an eye on this because I believe we're going to see the altcoins. Let me just take away the RSIs for a minute. I believe we're going to see the altcoins come up to this blue bar, right? And this is my sort of target where I should consider taking massive profit, because that's a big retracement back. And what could probably happen is we see altcoins shoot up like this, come into this blue zone, and then maybe, I don't know, sort of come out and start coming back down like this to find support. And then we kind of, settle down here for a while until we then take off again and go absolutely high. So something like this is what I'm expecting to happen. If it happens, I can let it come up to here, take some nice profits, see it pull back, and then buy back in like a boss. Yeah. This is my outcome. This is what I think is going to happen. We'll see what happens as time goes on. Stick around to the channel. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. I'm going to stretch this bar because I feel like it needs to be longer. My little blue, let's stretch this, because this is the area that I'm thinking where it's going to come into, which will basically put the altcoins anything from 1 trillion to 1.3 trillion. Now, this is excluding Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's market cap is not in this. None of the money that's in Bitcoin is showing here, only Ethereum and the other altcoins. And right now it amounts to about 786 billion. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Guys, thank you for watching. If you want to get in early on projects and stuff, actually, I'll keep it open. You become a Patreon. Link is in my info section. Click it. Loads of tiers. You take your pick. And all the rest. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Never be defeated.